Y'all, it starts with the bag. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Any size, any type will do. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. We are going to take one paper bag. Doesn't have to have handles. It can be a brown lunch bag, whatever it is you want to use. But we're going to take one paper bag and I'm going to show you a very unique process. And here is that very unique process. We're going to take this bag and I'm going to show you how to turn it into a beautiful box, just like this one, complete with the magnetic flip top. So as you can see, you're able to put so much in this nice little box. And y'all, when finished, it measures 5 by 6 by 3.5, but yours might be different because your bag size might be different. But I want to share this fabulous process with you because even though I have this dress for Christmas, it is any season, any reason, anyone. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera because I really want to give you a closer look at this. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's the bag that we're going to be working with. I got these bags last season. I think it was last Christmas, as a matter of fact. I bought these bags at Walmart and they were on clearance. So I think I paid 77 cents for 6 bags. And y'all, that is a phenomenal deal because we're starting out with such a low cost base to this. And then I'm using some scrap chipboard as well as 2 pieces of 12 by 12 decorative paper from a paper pad. So when I say that I'm able to make this economically, I really am. So if you're looking for really cute ways to jazz up a bag, this is the way. So here is what we are making today. Like I said, when finished, it measures 6 by 5 and it is 3.5 inches deep. Then when you open it on the inside, I have lined the inside as well so that we have a fully decorative box with the magnetic closure. Did not cost much to make. So you can take the most inexpensive things, some Dollar Tree candles or some Dollar Tree fuzzy socks, or a coffee cup and some coffee pods and put them in here. And because it's in something so gorgeous, it looks like a very upscale gift. Here's what we're going to need to make it. All right, y'all, so remember, this is a process video. The measurements that I'm using might not be the measurements that you have, but if you follow the process, it'll work with your size bag. So I'm starting with the bag that is about 6 by 8. Then I have a whole bunch of scrap chipboard and a few pieces I've actually cut down to size. These 2 pieces, we'll cut them down together. And then I have some 12 by 12 paper that I want to use as the decorative elements on this. So it's going to be very easy. So the process starts with finding out the size of your bag. This is 6 by 8. Then I'm going to take the bottom and just measure it, and it is about 3.5. So all the chipboard pieces that I'm putting down are going to pretty much fall in line with those measurements. So I'm going to go ahead and just open my bag because I've already cut a few pieces and I want to make sure that they're going to fit. So what I did is I have 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 6 by 4.5. Then I have 1 piece that measures 6 by 3 3/8. And I have 2 pieces that measure 3 3/8 by 4.5. Those pieces I know work for this because what I'm doing is I'll be taking the 6 by 4.5 inch pieces and they will go there. And I'll put those down after I put down the base. And then I'll be taking my side pieces and putting them in. So the way that I determine my pieces is I knew that this was 6. And what I've found with these bags is it's 6, but a 6-inch piece will also fit on the inside. So I went with a 6-inch piece, and then I reduced the side pieces by 1/8 of an inch because they'll have to be wedged in between chipboard on this side and chipboard on this side. It'll start to make sense in just a minute. So now what I need to do is I need to tape all of my pieces that I will be putting down. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape these, and I wouldn't use glue because the bag is real thin that I'm using, but if you want to use glue, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and tape all of my pieces, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now that I have these 4 down, the base is too big for this sheet. So this is going to be part of the inside cover as well. So I am just going to take this and I'm going to put it down right over here in the corner because I'll need this space. So now I'm just going to trim out all of my pieces. And if you want, you can leave your chipboard raw. I just thought it would be cute to use some Christmassy themed paper to line the inside. So I am basically just trimming away all of the excess paper. And then once we get these trimmed, we'll be able to put them down. All right, so here are my covered pieces. This is going to be my base. These will be the sides. And this will be the front and the back. So now I'm going to peel away all of my tape backers so that we can put these down. All right, y'all, so some of you might notice that I'm wearing a different shirt. Why? Because it's a different day. When I went to edit this video, this portion was missing. So I had to come in today and refilm this portion, and I'll be editing it into the existing video that I shot, which is already completed, minus this portion. So I couldn't skip this part because it's very important. So I decided I'd do a workaround and bring in a whole new bag because I don't have another one of the bags that I started with. And this part of the video is very important because it shows you how to turn the bag into a box. So what we need to do is we need to remove the handles, but I'm trying to be very careful and not tear through the paper. So then I'm going to open this. And we've already placed our tape on the covered chipboard pieces, so I'm going to take the piece that measures 3 3/8 by 6. That is my base, and I'm going to put that down. That firms up the bag. Then I'll take one of the panels that'll either be the front or the back. We put it in, and you can see how it's starting to take shape. We're going to take this piece, put it in. Then we'll take our side piece, which is 3 3/8 by 4 1/2, and we slide it in like that. And we take the other side piece, 3 3/8 by 4 1/2, and we slide it in like that. So that is how we turn the bag into a box. Now we need to deal with the fold over pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger blade and I'll just be going into the corner and cutting to free the corner. So let's see. So now we're going to have 4 flaps like this. We'll take our glue and we will just glue these flaps inward to create our box. So you just tape these or glue these inside to create your beautiful little box. And now I'll return to the original video. All right, so when I made this one, I placed my chipboard on the inside of the bag uncovered. That was because I knew that I would be folding over the sides, and I wanted to make sure that I had that covered. So I placed decorative pieces on top of the fold over pieces. But what I did on this one was I covered my chipboard first and I put it in and then I folded over. So I lost a lot of that decorative element of this, but y'all know what? We roll with the punches on this channel. I am not going to stress over it. If you want to make sure that you don't have the same thing with yours, place your chipboard pieces in uncovered with decorative paper, and then you'll have to go back and cut out your decorative liners once you've folded over these pieces. But it's not a deal breaker for me. Just wanted to share that with you guys because midway through I kind of noticed what I did. So now that we have this piece, we're going to go ahead and make the top. And to do that, I'm going to bring in my scrap chipboard. Now I know that this box is 6 inches wide, so I am going to cut my piece just a little bit beyond 6, so it won't be much over the 6, but I'm going to take a piece of chipboard and I am going to cut it close to 6 1/8. That might be too much, but that's what we're going to go with. Then I know that this way is 3 1/2. So I am going to make sure that I cut this at 3 1/2. And you can see my blade here. It's my chipboard cutting blade because I have it marked with some permanent marker that tells me that it's one of my dull blades and I can use it to cut chipboard. I don't use it to cut paper because it would grab and ruin the paper. So now I want to cut one more piece. We're going to cut it at the same size lengthwise. So I cut it to almost 6 1/8. And now I'm going to trim it to 2. So I have a piece that is almost 6 1/8 by 2. You'll need to make sure that you're measuring your bag, and whatever size your bag is, that is how you determine your piece size. So now that I have these 2 pieces, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to position that ruler right there in the corner. And then I'm going to trim. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to take my ruler, place it right there, and then I'll trim. I could have laid down that original piece that I removed, but I just chose to do it like this. So now we have our 2 pieces and they should meet like this. So now I'm going to take some more tape, tape these, and then I'll be right back. So my pieces are taped. This is my outside cover for the lid. I am going to take these pieces and we're going to put them down. I think that either side would actually work. So before I put this on the paper, let's see which side I like best. This or this? This or this? I think I actually like the peppermint side best. So I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to put it on like that. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it down with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing like this. And then I am going to remove my excess. remove a little bit more. And now I'll take my finger blade and I'm just going to follow the shape here. We're not going to do any mitering. And I'll cut here. And I'm going to leave all of that. So now I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to put a piece of tape here, a piece of tape here, and actually I'm just going to tape all the way to the end here. And I'm going to put a piece here, a piece here, and a piece right here. Let's get that nice and stuck. So now I will stand it up and go around so that it can take the shape of where I need to fold. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here, fold it over, bring this up so that you get a little crease right here, and you're just going to fold it over like that. So I'll show you what I mean as I do this part. So now we're going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it over just like this. Now I want to make sure that here in the middle I don't have any bulk, and that's going to create a little bit of a crease on this piece. You just take your paper, because you can see that crease right in there. Just take your paper and pull it over. And now that crease is pretty much underneath like that. So let's do it again. Go ahead and peel away these pieces. So we're going to start here at the bottom, go ahead and fold up and fold over. Then when you get to the middle, use your bone folder to go in and make sure that that paper is not puckered in the middle. So now you can see how the paper actually wants to bubble up on this piece. What we're going to do is we're simply going to take that paper, you can use your thumb, and press it down, and then we just fold over. It's kind of like wrapping a Christmas gift. And so now we take this piece. I'm going to take a small piece of tape, put that tape right there. And I'm going to fold over, getting that nice and stuck. So now that we have our piece like this, I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to bring in the piece that we had left over. We're going to place it down like this, and I'm just going to trace around my shape. And once I have it traced, all I'm going to do is trim away on the inside about 1/8 of an inch, going all the way around my marks here. So I'm going inside each one of the marks that I made, and I am going to remove about 1/8 of an inch. You can go back and tweak this in just a minute, but right now we're doing about 1/8 of an inch on all of these markings. And I've found that that generally works well. So now we're going to bring this in, put it down, and let's test our fit. So it looks like I need to remove some here from the side. As well as right here. And let's test it again. And that is a pretty good fit. So you want it to look like that. So before I place down my inside liner piece, I am going to take a magnet and place that magnet there. Now the magnet that I'm placing here is a 10mm by 2mm magnet because I wanted a heavier magnet on this part. Then on the outside part, I'll use a 10mm by 1mm, but I wanted one of the magnets to be just a little bit stronger than the other one. All right, so now what I've done is I have run this piece through my Xyron sticker maker, and it puts the adhesive on the back. I'm going to take this piece and we are going to place it down, getting it nice and stuck. Then I can go in and define my spine, making sure that I get everything nice, tight, and crisp. Then here on the back, I'll do the same thing. So now I'll have this back flap and I'll have the front piece. We're going to take this and put it on just like this. And I really do like the peppermints on here better than I think I would have liked the plaid. So I'm going to take my glue and we're going to place some glue down like this. I really want good glue coverage on this. Now I can take it, decide which side looks best, and I'll put it on. And we're going to get it stuck from the back. Then I can open it, go in, and really work that stick. Now one thing I found is because the paper is so slick, I need to make sure that I give my glue a good amount of time to set up and dry. So just going to make sure I have that nice and stuck. So while that's drying, I'm going to take my 10mm by 1mm magnet and place it right there on top of the other one. Then I'm going to take a glue dot and place it on the magnet, getting it nice and stuck. Now I'll stand this up, bring it over, press down just a little bit, and hopefully my magnet is on the paper, and it is. So now we have that nice magnetic closure. So now we're going to give this a chance to dry. We'll go ahead and make the handle. So I have a piece of scrap paper that I'm going to cut at 2 inches by 12. I am going to score on the 2-inch side at 5/8. Then I'll rotate it to the opposite 2-inch side and score at 3/4. So now I'm just going to fold and burnish all of my scores. And I'm just going to use tape on my handle. Ordinarily I use glue, but this paper is so slick that it would take the glue a while to dry. So I'm just going to be generous with my tape, and that'll hold it. So I'm placing tape along both ends, and then I'll place some tape down the middle here. And so now I'm just going to use my finger blade, peel away my tape backers, and I'll fold over, getting that nice and stuck, and I'll fold over, getting that nice and stuck. Now I'm going to take my big old spatula and just make sure that my tape is thoroughly worked into the paper and that I have that nice little curl going. I'm going to take my scissors and just round the ends a little bit. Like that. Not a real rounding, just a small curve. And I'm waiting on my hot glue gun to heat. So while we're waiting, I think I want to cover that. And I'm going to do it by just taking a little strip of scrap and I'm just going to use it to cover this little piece here. I could have left it alone, but I really wasn't feeling it. So let me just look at this. Put this down like that. Then I have a chipboard sticker here. Let's see if this is hot enough to get some glue to come out. I'm going to take this and put it right there. Then I'm going to take an enamel dot, put one there and one right there. And y'all remember, if you're looking for things like my glue gun or my trim and scoreboard, please make sure you are checking my Amazon storefront in the description box for the Amazon links to some of the things that you will see me using on the channel. So now we have our box and it looks like this. I am going to take this and I'm just going to bend the end about 1/2 inch. And I've decided that I want to place these right on the edge. So I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue. We'll take this piece and put it right there, holding it in place until it dries. Then we'll take this piece, add our glue to the bottom, and put it down right there. And y'all, I think that this is just crooked. But we're not quite finished because I want to add some crinkle seam binding right here. And if you haven't tried the crinkle seam binding from My Scrap Cabin Shop, you definitely want to try it. I'll have it linked in the description box below. Erin makes some of the most beautiful crinkle seam binding there is out there. So I love using it. I love sharing it with you guys. And there is a 10% discount code that she gives to all viewers of my channel. So make sure you take advantage of that and head on out to My Scrap Cabin Shop to grab some of this beautiful crinkle seam binding in so many different colors. This is non-sponsored. I just thought I would say that. So then I have this little tag that says, "A very Merry Christmas to you." I am going to take that and just put it in like that. Then we're going to tie a little bow. And even though I tie awful bows, the crinkle seam binding makes it look like I kind of know what I'm doing. And so then I finished it off by adding this sweet little Santa. So stinking cute. We have a nice, beautiful 6x5 by 3.5 inch box that is just perfect for Christmas. And y'all, it's not just for Christmas, because on my channel we do any season, any reason, anyone paper crafting. So all we have to do is swap the papers to fit the person that you're making the craft for, and you will have something that is ideal for gift giving. And so there you have it. We took a paper bag and look what it became. Gift giving does not have to be expensive. This makes it look expensive, but no matter what's on the inside, you've already started with a pretty expensive looking presentation. And we know that it did not cost a lot for us to make this. Because I used scrap chipboard and papers from a paper pad, this little craft here has costed me about $1.50, and that includes the amount of tape that I used. So, not bad for $1.50. Not bad at all. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this super awesome way that we can look around our craft rooms, our kitchens, and find some paper bags and turn them into some of the most beautiful handcrafted boxes out there. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, this is what we do. Come on, I would love to have you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.